Hello, this is Ankit Reddy. Welcome to the .NET course from educators.com, world's best online training tutorial for the leading technologies. In this video session, let us watch on ADO.NET dataset caching. How to cache the dataset, check data exists in dataset or not, and clearing the cache and verifying that whether the data will be coming or not. First, let us take an example on this, how to cache the dataset. For this, we need a table and a stored procedure. In order to see this example, how to cache the dataset. Now, let me move to this SQL Server main event studio and let us take one new query to display this course details. For that, what I'm taking, create procedure. Always use this USP to avoid getting this confusion. Get course details as begin and select is that course ID, course name, course fee, course ID. Suppose sometimes you will be not getting the IntelliSense working to see this column names. So what can you do is select star from, you type the table name first and let us see how do we get this TBL course details columns. Now just delete that. Now you can see this course fee and course ID, course name, and finally we need a course. Course fee, like this. Let me create this, execute this. Now if you execute this, you can be seeing like this. Now let me move to this Visual Studio.NET. Here I wanted to have one grid view. Just take that grid view from this data section. Data section is there here, grid view. Then you can, if you want to make it as auto format, let me take a bronze here, click on OP. Now I need two buttons and one label as well as one button, then one more button I also need, and then let me take a label. Label is for to display that what is happening, like the data is getting from the database or data is getting from the cache. So I'm setting the first button control to button load data, text as load data. Second button also btn clear cache. Then text as is same as clear cache. Then label, we don't want to display any kind of message to when we load the page. So I'm deleting this text, then making ID as LBL message. Now let us move to the viewport. Always remember that we should use these namespaces in order to communicate with the database. Always system.data using system.data.SQL client, and then using system.configuration. Then what I want is I have two buttons. One is load data from database, and then I need it clear cache. So when I click load data, initially it will bring the data from database. Then onwards, if you are click on this load data, it will be checking that if data is there in the cache, then it will be fetching the data from cache instead of going to the database every time. Now let us make a button click event for this load data. Here what I am doing is I'm making string str connection is equals to configuration manager dot consisting of dbcs. From where we are getting this dbcs again? If you don't remember, you go to this web.config file. There you can see this dbcs is written. Dbcs, this one. Okay. Now after this we need a SQL connection. Always it is required whenever you are going to connect with the SQL connection. Then let me pass this strcon as a parameter for this SQL connection class. Now SQL data adapter DA is equals to new SQL data adapter here. Let me use the store procedure what I written here. Copy connection dr select command at command type is equals to command type dot store procedure. Now I'm taking a data set ds equals to new data set, then d1 dot data source equal to ds, d1 dot data bind. So let us see first whether we'll be getting the data or not, then we'll work on this cache thing. Now let me build this, execute this. Caching data set is going to be execute now. Load data. Let us see if we get any errors. Let us see. The IList does not contain any data source. Yes, this is what happening. We have not executed that fill command. da dot fill of ds. This is the most important thing. Here the fill method will be opening the connection, executing this command and closing the connection. We have not taken care of that one. Now we'll be expecting the data to be loaded on a load data click. Now it is getting right. Now what I'm going to do is here, before making these things, I'll be keeping a, otherwise let us see this. After filling the data in grid view, what I'm doing is v1 dot, otherwise let me tell you something, cache. I'm making a key validify this, so just make this as a data is equals to ds. I'm keeping that ds in a cache after I fill this data set. I mean a grid view dot lvn message dot text is equals to data loaded from the database. For the very first time it will be loaded from the database. Next time onwards we wanted to fill from the cache instead of connecting to the database. For that I'll be checking first if cache of data, whatever the data I have given here, I'm checking it first. If it is null, then only you go and connect to the database. Entire thing will be in a if condition. Else, I mean if it is not null, data cache is not null, then instead of connecting to the database, directly I can fetch it from the data cache. So here I'm not going to get that data set or something else. What I want is I'm going to set is a data. Now we need to make a, let us see, it will be getting some error here. I'm expecting some error here. Data loaded from the cache. Understand? Now let us execute this. I'm expecting some error here while retrieving the data. Let us see that we'll be getting error. error at runtime. Runtime means after you execute the program, you will be seeing like this. Data loaded from the database. Now, what will happen is, it has been cached to this cache of dataset. Now, if we click again, see this data loaded from the cache, it is executing. What I want to make sure this, let me show you with a breakpoint. Again, I'm executing it. For the very first time, when you click on this load data, let us see side by line execution, data is null. So it will be connecting to the database first. After that, binding the data into the grid view, I'm taking to a cache. That's it. Else part will not work out because data is not null. Now load again. Now see, this will become false because cache of data is not null. So it will go to the else part. What's happening here? It is storing in a cache. So I wanted to prove this, either really it is getting from the cache or not. So we have a button called as clear cache. Double click on it. Now what I'm doing here is, if cache is not equal to null, let me take this condition, it is required now. If it is not equal to null, I wanted to clear the data from the cache. Cache of data. It's not like this. We can remove what and all cache is there. Remove of data. I mean particular data, whatever it is. So what I did, I just remove that data from cache. Now we can take, I wanted to display some message to end user. Data removed from cache. There will not be any data. Else, let me take this. There is nothing in the cache. Now let me execute it, then you can understand it. Let me keep breakpoint as well as here. Go back. Let me keep a breakpoint. I have two breakpoints. One, I click clear cache. What will happen? As it is not there anything, we'll be seeing this message. There is nothing in the cache. Now what I'm doing is I'm loading the data. For the first time, it is not null, so it will be coming inside. It is null. After binding the data into the grid v1, I am storing in a cache. Data loaded from the database for the very first time. Data loaded from the, now if I clear cache, what will happen? Now it is going to clear that. Data removed from the cache. Now if I click on it again it will connect to the database. See it. Now if I execute the same load data, it won't connect to the database. It is getting the data from it cache. So what will happen with this cache is, it will be improving your performance. Instead of connecting to the database every time, you don't need to connect to the database every time. You can get it from the cache if you are getting the same kind of data every time. I want to, so you may be thinking that whether it is coming from the cache really or not. So to prove this, we need to stop the SQL services on our machines. So let me go to the run command here, services.msc. Take this and hit enter. In the services window, find that SQL server. It will be an alphabetic thing. SQL services. SQL server services. You will find that SQL server services. SQL Server. Yeah, this is the one ours, or else this one. Both are running. This is our thing. How I am telling Reddy SQL Express is, if you go to this SQL Server, connect like this, you can see this Reddy SQL Express. In this only we have data. So let me stop that. It is showing running. Right click on it, stop it. So it will take few seconds. Since we have stopped the service, SQL Server is no longer running on our machine. Now I'm going to click the load data button. Let me go back. Load data. Now let us see. Okay. Now as of now, it is not required to get the connection because data is there in the cache. Now what I'm going to do is clear the cache. Now see. As it is not equal to null, let us remove the cache. Now if I click on load data again, now data is not there. So it is trying to connect to the database. Now we'll be getting error message. Let us see that. Okay. I mean it is not at stopped. Let us stop this also. Ready MS. This also let me stop. Now see this. We are getting error message immediately. Let me stop and execute it again. I'll show you that. Load data. Now we'll be seeing error. It's taking time. The error was coming, but it is. Let me click on continue. We'll be seeing that error message. Okay. Let me just debug without debugging. Yeah, it was coming. It was the error message was there in network. It will be getting this error because we have stopped that SQL server. While you stop this SQL server, you cannot get the data. So I wanted to show you again. Let me go back to services. Where is that SQL? Let me start it. So if you stop services, still you will be getting the data from cache. That is what my point to show here. Start here. Now let me go back and execute it. If we load the data, oops, yeah, it was came. Now we have got this data. Clear cache, then load data. It will be coming. Suppose let me execute now with debugging option. Load data. For the very first time, it will be going to the SQL server, and then it will be fetching the data and storing in a cache. That's it. We have got the data. Now what I'm going to do is I'm stopping these two services. Just stop. Then this also. Now if I click on this load data again, now cache is there. Still you will be getting the data because you are getting the data from cache. This is what I wanted to show you. So what my intention is, if you stop SQL server, you cannot connect to the database. Still we are getting the data. How we are getting the data? From the cache. For the very first time you connected to the database because cache was null, and after binding to the data of GridView 1, what we are doing, we are storing this data set in a cache. Now if by mistake or something had happened to the SQL server database, you no need to worry, still you will be getting the data because of this cache. Thank you for watching it. We'll meet again for the next session.